Hi everyone, it's Kelly here from Spiritual Awakening Signs with a video today all about 3 signs that will show you when you are in alignment with the universe. So when everything's flowing, when you're really in alignment with the universal energies and certainly raising into higher vibration, we're going to talk about that today and explain the 3 signs that will let you know when that's happening to you. Because what you'll find as you go through awakening is that quite often you start to kind of dip in and out of that 5D vibration, and some of these signs can let you know when you're in alignment with that, and of course when you're not in alignment with that, so that you can get yourself back onto that track and back into that positive energy. So I can see a few people have joined us live already, so please say hello, tell me who you are and where you're from. We'd love to hear from you guys, and also we'd love to hear about any of your experiences with the things that we're talking about in the video, because of course we never get the chance to really talk about things to do with spiritual awakening. It's we're all separated in that, and it's easy to come here and unite in our community where we can talk about these things, which is wonderful. So let's get into those 3 signs. Now, the first sign that I usually follow for myself whenever I know that I'm in alignment with the universe is I start to see repetitive number patterns. So maybe you've noticed this, it's quite indicative of a spiritual awakening beginning, or certainly when you're moving into higher resonance, a higher vibration, you'll start to notice number sequences show out to you. So maybe it's in 3s, which is something that I quite often see. So you might see numbers like 333 or 444, and you start to see them everywhere, and maybe you see them in telephone numbers, you see them when you're reading a newspaper or you're reading articles online or something. These things pop out at you all the time. And you might also notice you tend to look at the clock and it's the same number sequences all the time. So maybe it's at 10:10 or and every time you look at the clock it's like, oh, it's 10:10 again, or some other similar number sequence. This is really quite common, and it's really a great sign that you're in alignment with the universe, and the universe is communicating with you in real time. So if that's happening to you, what you want to do is notice the number sequence that is standing out to you, to put it into Google, type in angel number and put in the number that's coming up, and you'll usually find that there are lots of different meanings for that number, and you can scroll through and see what jumps out at you, what resonates to get your message. You're definitely in that line with the universe if you're getting that, and of course let us know below if that's something that you've experienced. The second sign that you're in alignment with the universe would be strange coincidences. Now, this is the coolest part of awakening. I personally think the way things work out, and of course they're not actually coincidences, it's synchronicity. So let's say, for example, someone you were talking about, maybe it's like someone famous, you were talking about someone, or you watched them in a movie, and then something pops up in your feed immediately after, and it's like, oh, that's strange, I was just talking about that person, I was just referencing that. Or the same thing shows up multiple times, and it just seems to be a really odd theme. And this can happen quite often, whether it's something that could be, like I said, sorry, I've lost my train of thought there. It was a spirit animal. Let's say it's a spirit animal. You watch something, and let's say there's a unicorn in it, and you say, oh, I just love unicorns, aren't they so wonderful? And then the next thing you know, someone gives you a unicorn teddy bear, or you go online and there's an angel card of a unicorn. Things like that, where you're seeing the same thing over and over again, and it's just odd enough for you to say, that's strange. Of course, it's not strange at all. And I've actually got a great example of that. It happened to me recently with my partner. We were watching old black and white movies. We've been getting into all the oldies. We love stuff like that. And we were watching this old black and white movie, and they were doing this comedy bit where the guy puts on a suit and it's far too big for him, and the comedy bit is that he's having to cut off the sleeves. So we were laughing and we thought it was really funny. And then later on we put on another movie, totally unrelated, totally different thing, and again there's the same comedy bit, someone's cutting off the sleeves because the suit's too big for them. It's just little things like that where it's really just a moment of, that's weird, isn't that strange, we were just watching something like that. But you're in alignment with the universe, and things start to show you how connected they are, how everything actually is connected to everything else. And it can be in the simplest little moments, like a bit of comedy that we were watching where we get a laugh of it, or it can be something that's really quite significant and a message to you. So watch out for the little things, and you'll tend to find the more attention you pay to that, the more information and the more messages that you get. And of course, let us know below if that's something you've experienced. It's really cool, and I really enjoy it. We laugh quite often when it happens, but it's like, how cool is that? It's just so strange, but it's this wonderful synchronicity, no coincidences at all. And the third sign that you're in alignment with the universe would be manifesting quickly and easily. Now, when I say manifesting quickly and easily, I mean you probably don't even realise that you've put the thought out to draw something into your field. So let's say, for example, you're talking to someone and you say, do you know what I really need? I really need a notepad. I'll need to go out and buy a new notepad for my writing or whatever it is. And then lo and behold, someone says to you, totally unrelated, maybe the next day, they say, I wonder, I was going to get rid of this notepad, do you want it? It's brand new, I haven't used it. And you're like, whoa, that's exactly what I needed. Sometimes it can be the littlest things. It can be something really specific that you've mentioned that you're going to need, and it finds its way into your field. So maybe even notice online the thing you were looking for that you didn't know existed, or maybe somehow it finds its way into your field in a really unexpected way. Someone gives it to you as a gift, or someone lets you know where there's a sale where you can get it really, really cheap and really easily, or you happen to be in a store and the exact thing you were looking for that you didn't think you would find there is on a stand as you walk in. It's all these little things that are really ways of the universe bringing that to you. So you've put your thought out without even saying, I want to manifest this thing. You've put your thoughts out. It's like, I need this thing, and the universe finds a way to bring it into your field. You're in alignment with the universe, and you're really kind of communicating energetically in real time. It's really, really cool. Now, is that something that you have experienced? I know that it's a big part of awakening, and there are lots of other signs, but we're just covering a few today because that tends to be what happens. But it's really weird, the stuff that can show up. It really is. Now, if that's something that you are interested in, we actually have a free resource for you because it's probably right up your street, and it is our free masterclass, how to shift into 5D reality and live an ascended life experience. It's one of our best masterclasses, and you'll find the link down below. You can watch that and learn everything you need to know to stay in that 5D vibration more often, because that's what's happening when you get these little moments. You're actually shifting into that 5D consciousness, that 5D vibration, and it's about trying to have that all the time, trying to find a way to be connected to that and to be in tune with that all the time. That is the challenge. But check out our masterclass and see if that's something that will help you align with that energy. I'm confident that it will, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Remember that you can click below to be notified whenever we go live, and you can also, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, which we really appreciate, and we've got lots more great videos and great information about spiritual awakening and that spiritual pathway to come. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Bye.